All right, today we're going to tackle a huge topic, DevOps. And you know what? We're going to make it simple. We're going to follow just one little piece of code on its epic journey, all the way from a developer's keyboard into the cloud. But first, let's kick things off with a question that gets right to the heart of the problem DevOps was born to solve.
Ah, yes, the classic line. But it works on my machine. Come on, you've heard it, you've probably even said it. It is one of the most frustrating, hair-pulling moments in all of software development, and it perfectly captures why we needed a whole new way of thinking.
So where does this problem even come from? Well, historically, it starts with two teams that are frankly at odds with each other. You've got your development team, their whole goal is to build new stuff and build it fast. Then you have your operations team, and their number one job is to make sure nothing breaks. See the conflict? When the people building the car are fighting with the people who have to keep it on the road, you end up with slow, painful, and super risky releases.
So, the big question became, how do you get these two worlds to not just coexist, but actually work together? The answer wasn't just a new tool or a new piece of software. It was much bigger than that. It required a complete philosophical shift, a whole new way of thinking designed to finally bridge that gap. And that new philosophy is DevOps. Now, let's get one thing straight right away. DevOps is not a product you can buy off a shelf. It's really a culture. It's a collection of practices that are all about bringing development, the devs, and operations, the ops, together. The whole point is to create one single, smooth, automated process for getting software from an idea to the user.
So, what's the payoff? What do you actually get from adopting this way of thinking? Well, it really boils down to three huge goals: building your software way faster, deploying it much more safely with way fewer mistakes, and making the whole system just plain easier for everyone to manage in the long run. And the way we achieve this is through something called the DevOps lifecycle. You can think of it like a racetrack, a continuous loop with 7 key stops along the way. And this lifecycle? It's the exact path our little piece of code is about to take. So, let's get this journey started.
Okay, so our journey begins the very second a developer types that first line of code. But here's the thing. In any real project, you don't have one line of code. You have thousands, maybe millions, and you have a whole team of developers making changes all the time. So, how do you keep that from becoming total chaos? The answer is a piece of software called a version control system. And let's be real, the undisputed champion, the one everybody uses, is Git. The absolute best way to think about Git is as a perfect, super detailed history book for your code. It lives right there on every developer's computer, and it tracks every single change. Who did what, when they did it, and why. It's all there.
Now, this brings up something that confuses a lot of people. What's the difference between Git and GitHub? It's actually really simple. Git is the tool. It's the program on your computer that writes that history book. GitHub is the service. It's the giant shared online library where your whole team stores its history books. It's where everyone comes together to collaborate and make sure the project stays safe and sound.
Okay, so our code is written and its entire history is being tracked perfectly. Awesome. But we still haven't fixed that original problem, have we? That it works on my machine nightmare. How do we guarantee, absolutely guarantee, that our code will run exactly the same way everywhere?
Well, the solution is just brilliant. It's a concept called a container. See, instead of just shipping our code, we package it up inside a standardized, self-contained little box. And this box is special. It's a complete, tiny, isolated universe that has everything our application needs to run, and it's totally separate from whatever computer it happens to be.
So what's actually inside this magic box? Literally everything. I mean it. Not just your application's code, but all the special libraries it needs, all of its dependencies, and the specific software environment it was built for. This is how you finally kill the "it works on my machine" problem for good. And the tool that makes all of this container magic happen? The name you're going to hear everywhere is Docker. It is the undisputed king of containers. It's the software that lets you build these universal packages, ship them anywhere, and run them with confidence. It's an absolute game changer.
All right, let's recap. Our code is being tracked by Git. It's all bundled up nice and neat in a universal Docker container. So now what? Well, now we need a way to get it from the developer to the user. And we don't want a bumpy country road. We need an automated superhighway.
And that highway is called a CI/CD pipeline. Let's break that down. The CI stands for continuous integration. This is the first part of the journey. It's an automated process that takes new code, builds it, and runs a whole bunch of tests to make sure it didn't break anything. If all those tests pass, the CD, continuous deployment, kicks in and automatically ships it out to the world.
And this is where it all comes together. It's almost like magic. A developer finishes their work and just pushes their code to GitHub. That one single action sets off this entire chain reaction. The pipeline wakes up, builds the code, tests it inside its little container, and, if everything looks good, deploys it. No human has to touch anything. It just works.
And that really brings us to the core of it all. As the source material puts it, the entire goal of DevOps is to automate and improve the flow of software. It's all about making that journey from a developer's brain to a user's screen as smooth, fast, and reliable as possible.
So when you combine this culture of collaboration with these incredibly powerful automation tools, you get something amazing. DevOps takes what used to be a slow, scary, high-risk event, releasing software, and turns it into a fast, safe, and totally predictable routine. And that leaves us with one final, really powerful thought. What could you build, what could you create if shipping a brand new idea was no longer a big deal, but just another part of your day?